Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Aleksandra Brown. I'm a board certified dermatologist and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my skincare routine. So whether you're just looking to start or maybe your skin is similar to mine, I hope this video is helpful. Now before we dig in, if this sounds something that you might be interested in, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, or if you're interested in more skincare tips, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Now let's get into it. I'm really excited for today because every time I post like a really brief AM or PM routine on my shorts, you guys love it. So today we're gonna do like a deep dive into what exactly do I do and why do I do those steps and what do I like about those skincare steps. Before we go further, it's important for you to understand my skin type. My skin is sensitive. It is combination to oily, but it is very sensitive. I suffer from rosacea and dry eyes, so a lot of things do irritate my eyes, and I also have melasma. So my skin does need actives because we need to keep acne, hormonal adult female acne at bay. We need to keep my rosacea at bay. We need to work on melasma, but it's very, very sensitive, so I can't use some actives every night. I have to kind of alternate them, make sure I moisturize, and I really have to take care of my barrier, and if I don't, I regret it. My skincare routine, therefore, is geared at using all my actives to try and keep my rosacea, acne, and melasma at bay, but also using the actives that are not gonna irritate my skin too much. They're also going to hydrate but minimize oil at the same time. So to me, it feels kind of tricky. If this is your skin type, you might like a lot of these products. If not, keep this in mind that you may need to tweak them. And there's something else to remember. I do tweak my skincare from summer to winter. So we are at the end of the summer right now. So everything I'm gonna go over today is more geared towards the summer skincare routine that I typically do, but I'll try and kind of throw in some things as far as how do I tweak it in the winter months and things like that. I have my skincare routine in these little bins for you. And first thing I noticed, this is my AM routine. There's not that many things in there. It's pretty light. This is my PM routine. This one's heavy. So that's pretty typical for me and my lifestyle because I work most days. Even if I don't, my morning routine needs to be quick. I need to get it done, let it dry in between just enough, and get out the door. At night is where I'll maybe try and find more time. Sometimes I'll start my nighttime skincare routine a little bit earlier in the evening just to get it all done and allow all the layers to dry in between. But other nights, honestly, it's like moisturizer, retinol, and moisturizer again. Like it just really depends on the night. So don't feel overwhelmed or feel like you have to do all these steps. Let's start with my morning routine. First thing I do in the morning, I wash my face. I don't really love splashing cold water on my face in the morning, so I tend to use micellar water. I will switch out different brands. Currently I'm using the Bioderma one. I love the micellar water because I feel like it does a good job at removing my nighttime skincare routine, but it doesn't irritate my skin. It really might be an overkill, but my sensitive skin tolerates it just fine. If your skin is extremely sensitive, this is where you might want to just use water. I've done that before with a gentle washcloth just to pat dry. And if your skin is oily, you can opt for a cleanser with like a salicylic acid or a foaming cleanser. If you're not familiar with micellar water in general, micellar water contains these tiny little micelles. I think of them as soap molecules, but they're really not. They tend to pick up the dirt off your skin, almost like the Swiffer picker upper for dust, but it just kind of absorbs it into the cotton round. So I'll just use plain cotton round with the micellar water and wipe everything. I do make sure I get behind my ears and do my neck as well every single morning. This particular micellar water also contains fructooligosaccharides to help hydrate and maintain skin barrier. Micellar water dries pretty quick, but I do allow it to dry completely before my next step. My next step is vitamin C, and this stuff right here, I think addicted is an understatement. Like, I love it. I would say you can compare the Prequel's Lucent C to SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic. It's not a dupe. I don't believe in dupes, but it's very similar in consistency. Minus the smell. I really struggle with the smell of CE Ferulic. The Prequel line is formed by a board-certified dermatologist, Dr. Sam Ellis. I do love the line. I think the ingredients in here are fantastic. In general, I use several of the products from this skincare line. And this also is now available at Target. It used to be just online, but now you can get it at your local Target. Also, unlike SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic, which is, I believe, now in the $180 range, this is, I think, only $23. Now, when you're looking for vitamin C's, you want to look for the active ingredients. This one in particular has 15% L-ascorbic acid. Some of you out there with rosacea don't respond well to L-ascorbic acid, so something to watch out for. But like I said, my skin is very sensitive, and this is 15% L-ascorbic acid. It has not irritated my skin at all or my eyes, and I do get it all the way to my under eyes. Who should be using vitamin C? everyone in their 30s and up, or if you're in your 20s and you like skincare, I would start vitamin C right now. It really doesn't matter which brand you use as long as you like the way it feels. Now, something unique about vitamin C, the L-ascorbic acid, it can be very unstable. It should be in a glass container. I do sometimes recommend some vitamin Cs that I see come in plastic containers and things like that. It just really depends if you can tolerate the type of vitamin C that's in that vitamin C. It doesn't matter what it comes in if you can't tolerate it. I think this is a great place to start if you're looking for vitamin C. The purpose of vitamin C is to help brighten the skin. It will also soothe the skin. If you have rosacea, it will calm it down. If you have melasma, it will help brighten it a little bit. And the biggest reason to use it is that it's an antioxidant. It fights the radicals produced by UV radiation. As such, it can increase the potency of your sunscreen by up to 8 times. The Preclus C also contains ferulic acid in it, which helps stabilize the L-ascorbic acid and increase its efficacy, but it also contains a little bit of niacinamide. Niacinamide will help with the redness. My next step is eye cream, and eye creams, really you should pick them based on your concern. In the morning, I like to use the In Beauty Project eye cream. I like eye creams with a little extra vitamin C. This one happens to have 3 types of vitamin C in it. It also has bakuchiol and caffeine and tretinoic acid. While dark circles aren't a huge issue for me, I love that this one comes a little bit tinted. It almost acts as a primer for your sunscreen and makeup. Goes on really smooth and absorbs really quick. The ingredients will help brighten but also firm the skin. So bakuchiol could be considered an alternative for retinoic acid. The peptides and bakuchiol will help tighten the skin, whereas the caffeine, your vitamin C, and your tranexamic acid will help brighten the skin. So it's best of both worlds for me. I only use this in the morning. You'll see the nighttime routine is just a little bit different. The next step after eye cream for me is sunscreen, and right now I am doubling up on sunscreen, and I'll tell you why. I like a good sunscreen that will provide good coverage, but I can apply it to my eyes, my ears, my neck, and all the way down on my chest. Now the problem if I use, and you guys know I love tinted sunscreen, but if I just put tinted sunscreen on my neck, it really stains my white coat and my clothing, and I don't like it. So I tend to use a regular plain either mineral or a chemical organic sunscreen on my face, neck, and chest, and then I double up with a mineral tinted sunscreen on top just on my face. My current choice for my first layer of sunscreen is this Round Lab Birch Juice Sunscreen SPF 50 PA+++++. This one will provide really good UVA and UVB coverage. UVB helps you prevent sunburns and pre-cancer formation, whereas UVA rays penetrate deeper and cause wrinkles. So not only are you preventing pre-cancers from forming, you are also preventing wrinkles. So I love having something like this, especially bringing it all the way down my neck and chest. So the ingredients to note in this one, they're very beneficial, and I am going to butcher this one. Betula platyphylla japonica, aka birch juice. This is rich in minerals and amino acids and antioxidants, so it will help hydrate and protect. It also has a little bit of niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. Niacinamide will soothe, maybe brighten a little bit. Hyaluronic acid will help plump and hydrate your skin. So really all in one right here. The sunscreen feels really, really lightweight. As a matter of fact, we're almost running out because my family members have been borrowing it. Leaves 0 white cast, has no fragrance whatsoever, does not irritate my eyes. It is not water resistant, but for everyday use, it serves its purpose. It also happens to have a moisturizer, and just because you have oily skin doesn't mean you should skip a moisturizer. That's really important. For me in the morning, it's easier to use a sunscreen that has a moisturizer in it than to layer, because that's, like I said, I have to run out the door, too many steps, so I happen to do a moisturizer that already has SPF in it in the mornings. And because I have melasma and I am indoors with LED lights constantly in front of me, computer in front of me, some types of melasma can worsen with just exposure to LED lights, and that can be prevented by using sunscreens with iron oxides. Iron oxides are found in tinted sunscreens. You don't need to use this one. You can pick whichever one you like. But like I said, we're at the end of the summer. My skin is still more oily, so for me, this one's working great because it's mattifying, especially with my oily skin. In the winter months sometimes, however, I will swap this out for something that's a little bit more hydrating. And In Beauty Project happens to have a tinted mineral one that gives you really nice glow. I also like that this gives me natural tint, so I don't feel like I have to wear makeup. Now, most days I'll still apply makeup just because I enjoy it, but if I am running errands or around the house or at a sporting event for my children, tinted mineral sunscreen gives just enough coverage without feeling like you have to go overboard with makeup. And like I said, this one is pure mineral. It has titanium dioxide 4.1% and zinc oxide 11.5%, but it has just that perfect tint. Looks like minimal makeup coverage. Okay, that's a wrap for my morning skincare routine. Let's see what we have going on for the PM skincare routine. I'm gonna do my evening skincare routine at my sink for the purpose of this video, but honestly, this happens in the shower, I'd say 90% of the time, just because I'm already in there. So the process is not really that much different in the shower versus at the sink, besides the fact that we have some accessories that we use at the sink. I don't know how anyone washes their face without these things and without getting the water all the way down. I love them. I have to have them. I like the pink. So this happens at night. I cannot stand the hair in my face, and I feel like if I don't clean my hairline very well, I'm gonna end up with acne along the hairline. So sometimes in the winter months, if it's not a hair washing night, which I do that about every night, I might take a bath, in which case I will at the sink quickly wash my face and do my skincare routine right there. And these happen to be my sink nighttime skincare essentials. My first step, just because I do wear either 2 layers of sunscreen or I wear makeup, I will always double cleanse. Just my skin feels so cleansed afterwards. I don't remember days before double cleansing. This could be controversial, and if you only wear 1 layer of sunscreen, you don't have to double cleanse. I just like to. For me, I have tried oil cleansers and balm cleansers, and I'm definitely a balm cleanser kind of girl. And I've tried several brands, and I like several brands, but I love this one, like love it. And I happen to just finish my last jar, so I am opening a brand new one. It is soothing. It does not irritate my eyes. I do consider this Elemis balm cleanser to be appropriate for all skin types, especially if you're dry and mature. Now, I'm combination to oily, and I find it very suitable for my skin, especially since I'm doing a second cleanser afterwards. Some of the ingredients to mention in this, I've got my little cheat sheet. English rose oleo extract. This is extract that boasts skin soothing and hydration benefit from over 20 varieties of roses. These are hand harvested in UK. Elderberry oil. This is readily absorbed. It is really rich in essential fatty acids, so that's why your skin stays so hydrated after using this. And Padina pavonica, which is a moisture boosting brown microalgae found on the Mediterranean coast, and it is rich in polysaccharides, which quenches the skin for visibly radiant complexion. So if you haven't tried this, you've got to. So luxurious, so soothing. Fun fact about balm cleansers, if you haven't used one before or if you haven't read directions on these, you're supposed to apply them to dry skin. So you don't get your face wet first. You apply the balm cleanser, you massage it really in everywhere, your entire face. I make sure I do my neck as well. And after you work the balm cleanser in all the way throughout, the makeup's gonna start melting a little bit. You can add some water to it and emulsify it, and that comes off really, really nice. Now, I happen to use tubing mascara, so my mascara does not come off really well with this. If you've used tubing mascara in the past, they just really need water to come off. I still go over my eyelashes with the balm cleanser and over my entire eyelid area because I do wear eyeshadow and eye makeup. I do make sure I get this all around my eyes, but mascara doesn't really come off that amazing with the balm cleanser just because it's a tubing mascara. I would say balm cleanser removes 80% of my makeup and sunscreen. My next step is a foaming cleanser. Because my skin is oily, I'm not picking creamy and hydrating cleansers, I am picking foaming cleansers. But because my skin is sensitive and it can get dried out and irritated occasionally, I don't really do actives in my cleansers often. Sometimes I'll throw in a salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide, but most of the time it's just plain foaming cleanser. My second cleanser at the moment is the La Roche-Posay Toleraine Purifying Foaming Cleanser. This has no actives in it, but it does such a good job at removing all makeup, especially any leftover mascara. It removes all the oil from my T-zone, but does not leave me dry. It is ideal for normal to oily skin types. It helps maintain skin speed, and it removes all the makeup and oil and grease from my skin without stripping any of the natural oils. Some of the key ingredients in it are things like ceramides, which will help hydrate, niacinamide to help soothe the skin, glycerin. Glycerin is so good at hydrating. It's a natural humectant. It just keeps the moisture in your skin. And of course, the La Roche-Posay Prebiotic Thermal Spring Water. This is the soothing water that is sourced from a town called La Roche-Posay in France, and it's in all of La Roche-Posay's products. It's rich in minerals, trace elements, and selenium, which is a natural antioxidant. After I've thoroughly cleansed my skin, my new go-to has been a toner. And I know back in the day, we used to say toners aren't great for you, but toners used to be very high in alcohol content and it would really dry out the skin. Nowadays, toners are soothing. So these are my two go-tos. They are completely different. I use both, and let me tell you why I use them and how I use them. Toner is gonna be your first step that you apply to clean skin, even before a serum, because you want to apply your skincare thin to thick. So toner is like a water. It's an essence. It goes on first. I apply mine to damp skin. Immediately after patting my skin dry after washing, I love to apply the toner. Tatcha Essence is great for my skin on days that I feel like I'm more oily and I don't want a ton of hydration, but I do want something almost like to prime the skin to absorb the subsequent steps a little bit better. It's super lightweight, it absorbs really, really fast, and it really preps my skin for next step. Now this Tatcha Essence contains, and I'm gonna butcher this probably, 100% Hadasii 3. This is a trio of fermented Japanese superfoods that help hydrate, resurface, soften, and plump the skin. I find it pretty hydrating. It does plump just a little bit. I love to apply it really close to my eyes. It absorbs really quick, allowing the next product to go on pretty fast. Some of the key ingredients are things like Akita rice, which serves as a base of this ferment, Okinawa algae, I might have mispronounced that, but this replenishes the skin barrier and retains the moisture, and a green tea, which is really rich in antioxidants. Now, on some nights where I feel like my skin needs a little more hydration, I love the Turtur Milk Skin Toner. Now, you wouldn't think this is super hydrating, how light it is. It's a little bit creamier texture than the Tatcha Essence. It comes out white, but it's pure liquid. It goes on, I just pat it on my skin, it absorbs really fast. It gives you that glass skin look and a really smooth, radiant finish. This is also good if you're on a budget, so this is like a fraction of the cost of the Tatcha Essence. And being that I'm combination to oily, I have to say I'm really surprised I like this, because if you ask me what this is ideal for, I would say that it's ideal for more dry skin, maybe really mature skin, but my combination to oily skin loves this, loves it. This milk toner not only delivers long-lasting moisture throughout the night to my skin, also helps me achieve that K-Beauty's glass skin appearance, smooth, plump skin. It will help brighten the skin just a little bit, and it helps lock in the moisture and prevent dehydration. This sometimes happens overnight, especially in the winter months. I think it's very versatile. No matter your skin type, you really should consider trying this in your skincare routine. Some of the key ingredients, it does have 2% niacinamide, which will help soothe and brighten the skin. Rice bran extract, known for its brightening properties. Ceramides to help repair the skin barrier and increase the moisture. Panthenol or provitamin B5, which soothes, hydrates, and supports the skin barrier. It also has chamomile flower, which is known for its soothing and anti-inflammatory properties. And I have to tell you, I am allergic to chamomile tea, and I was really nervous to try this, but it has not irritated my skin at all. These do take maybe just a few seconds to absorb. Tatcha absorbs pretty fast. The Turtur takes maybe a few seconds to absorb, but as soon as they are almost completely absorbed, I go ahead and apply my Snail Mucin. And yes, I know, I don't think anyone even uses the Snail Mucin anymore, but I'm hooked. I got hooked on it last year. This is probably my third bottle. None of it was sent to me. I've actually purchased them all myself. I love it because it will hydrate but not make it too oily for my combination to oily skin. It has no smell whatsoever. Yes, it's slimy a little bit, but it really helps repair and regenerate the skin. My acne-prone skin is really calm after I apply Snail Mucin. Snail Mucin is something that if I'm trying new skincare and I develop irritation, I stop everything and I just go back to it. My skin heals beautifully. The ingredients in this are 96% snail secretion filtrate. I know it comes from snails, and I get grossed out by snails, but you put in a bottle and apparently it's just fine. And it also has sodium hyaluronate, which is hyaluronic acid, which will help plump the skin. But you do need to have hydration in your skin. So if you apply your essence first and then the Snail Mucin on top, your skin, beautiful. Hydrated, you're gonna wake up with plump skin the next day. My next step after this is eye cream, and eye cream's very particular. I really want something at night around my eyes that will help build collagen and help thicken the skin, so something with retinoids is important, but I can't quite put my tretinoin all the way to my eyes because I do suffer from dry eyes. So I personally really like an eye cream that will have either peptides or retinols, and if you can combine it with AHAs, even better. I have tried retinol eye creams in the past that have irritated my eyes, but my go-to lately has been the Skin Better EyeMax AlphaRet Overnight Cream. This contains retinol that's appropriate for even dry, sensitive eyes, but also has a little bit of AHAs to help increase skin elasticity and help further build collagen. The ingredients in this cream will help firm the skin, minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, but also brighten the skin. Some of the key ingredients in here are the AlphaRet technology, which is a combination of a retinoid and AHAs or alpha hydroxy acids, and they work together to help build collagen and firm up the skin under the eyes. Peptide blend will also help increase skin's elasticity. You also find ceramides, squalene, and niacinamide in this eye cream. They'll help soothe but also hydrate the skin, as well as antioxidants. After applying the eye cream, I go ahead and apply my Tretinoin. I use Tretinoin probably most nights, 1 or 2 nights a week. I'll either take a break from Tretinoin or just moisturize, or I'll use an alpha hydroxy acid to exfoliate. But on the nights that I use Tretinoin, I have 2 different strengths. I have Tretinoin 0.025 cream, but I also have Tretinoin 0.05 gel. I will kind of alternate between the two depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. Now you have to remember that Tretinoin gel will have alcohol base, and it is really not ideal for dry skin types at all. If you're a newbie to retinols, you're new to Tretinoin, and you want to start somewhere, starting with the Tretinoin 0.025 cream might be your best option. If you're just starting retinols, I have a video on retinol irritation. Make sure you scroll back a little bit, look at that one, because it will tell you exactly how to start your Tretinoin, how much to use, how often, how to sandwich it between 2 layers of moisturizer to minimize that irritation and peeling so your skin can get used to it. Tretinoin and all the retinoids work by exfoliating the top layer of the skin, so they'll open up blackheads and whiteheads, which is why they help with acne. They'll also help with fine lines and wrinkles. And after 8 weeks of continuous use, the retinoids will help stimulate collagen production in the second dermal layer of the skin, and they'll really plump the skin and help with wrinkles. So if you can get on one of these, the sooner the better. You don't need to have a prescription Tretinoin for it to work. You can also consider over-the-counter retinols or medical grade retinol if your skin is really sensitive. Because my skin is sensitive, I always sandwich my Tretinoin. Currently, I'm using the Tretinoin gel, which means I'm sandwiching in between 2 layers of something lighter. So I'm going to apply my Snail Mucin, then my Tretinoin, then another moisturizer on top. If you were using a Tretinoin cream, you could use thicker moisturizers underneath and on top of it to help combat some of the dryness, because creams in general are thicker, so thicker moisturizer before and after Tretinoin is going to be very appropriate. To top the Tretinoin off, I love finishing off with a good water cream. Currently, I'm using the Bliss Drench and Quench moisturizer. This is a really lightweight moisturizer, a gel cream. It does have a little bit of a fragrance, very smooth, subtle, soft fragrance. It turns from like cream almost into water and absorbs into your skin, leaves me like super glass skin and smooth. Now, if I was using my Tretinoin cream, I would probably not use the water cream on top, because this is just not going to provide enough moisture and it does not penetrate through the cream. So if you're using Tretinoin cream, you're going to want something a little bit thicker. I love coupling my Bliss water cream on top of my Tretinoin gel. I find this water cream and all other water creams to be perfect for a combination to oily skin types. Some key ingredients in here are the 4 types of hyaluronic acid as well as glycerin. The last step in my nighttime skincare routine is lip hydration. I used to use Aquaphor and Vaseline, but I have been drinking the Fenty Skin Kool-Aid here lately. They sent me several of these and I love the lip mask. Never in my life did I think I would be addicted to lip mask the way I'm addicted to this one. I have worn this particular lip mask in this entire video. This is the Fenty Skin Plush Puddin'. They do have a couple of other flavors and fragrances, if you will. This just happens to be my favorite one. This is not a must. This is really just the cherry on top of that beautiful skincare routine. It makes me happy. It makes my lips really hydrated and plump and happy the next day, so it's my go-to. But really plain Aquaphor would be just fine. That wraps up my PM skincare routine. Thank you for joining me on this video. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and let me know if you want more content like this one. You can also find shorter versions of my content in my shorts or on TikTok and Instagram at Dr. Aleksandra Brown. That's Dr. A-L-E-K-S. There's no X. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.